So many mods to talk about today. Back with the giant ant because it's finally in game. The remodel of the giant spider has been shown, and of course 2 turtles and more. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the Absentia community's Agathaumas, which is a massive ceratopsian that's due to come to the game. This is something that they've shown recently, and this is the default skin for the dinosaur. And this was designed by Lamborghini, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but they are an incredibly talented paleo artist, by the way. I just want to mention that because I did not realize that they done skins for Path of Titans mod. So yeah, their work is incredible as well. I recommend you check out their paleo art. I think they share a lot of it on Twitter. I know I say Twitter, it's called X now, but still, I'd recommend you check out her work. That being said, the skins look absolutely incredible. She's done a really good job bringing these to life. They look very, realistic. It's good for the base skin to actually look gorgeous. And you get to see the color variations and everything like that. It's really nicely put together. Moving on, we do get to see a new animation for the Agathaumas. This is the threaten call. It's very animated, and this kind of stays true to what the Absentia community do. They like to make their dinosaurs very animated. We saw this with the Acrocanthosaurus mod, which is out now. When you saw the threaten call for that, it's very similar here. And I love that they're going with this. Give it a listen to the sound as well. The sound is so nice. I love the sound design with these mods. They do so well with it. Doc J's been teasing us with another upcoming creature. This is a fantasy creature, part of Doc J's creations. This is CERATASPIDA, which is a fluffy bipedal moose-like creature about the size of a Rex. Now, this will likely be a 5-slot, and I'm going to say it right here, this is a herbivore. You could probably tell that it was a herbivore by the way it was built, looking like a moose and fluffy and all of that jazz. It kind of just reminded me of like if Dinosaurus and a moose had a baby, this is what you'd get, CERATASPIDA. That being said, we do get to showcase the threaten call, and then we also get to see it in game, in engine, with some size comparisons. The size comparisons, as I mentioned, it is like the size of a Rex. Now, we move on, showcase of the threaten call, and it looks really nice, and they did say this is different to most dinosaur threaten calls because they wanted to go with more of a low tone grumble with this one to simulate how herbivores don't hiss or roar, but more grumble and show that they are ready to fight. The model looks great, and I love the fluff, I love the details, and I love how exaggerated this dinosaur creature, it's not even a dinosaur, this fantasy creature is. Doc J has done an incredible job with the model on this one, and I cannot wait to see how it performs in game because I'm a big fan of the Gigamandra. That was a really cute, really fun playable, and I gotta say, CERATASPIDA could be like an Apex in that sense compared to Gigamandra. I mean, it is an Apex, but it could be just as fun, but as an Apex. And I really want to see because it's really unique looking. Another mod made by the Wrath of Goliath's team. This is News and Fortress's Great Archelon, or is it Archelon? I think it's Archelon, right? This is a mod that is apparently in testing at the moment because we do have some in-game screenshots from Blood of the Draco to showcase for this mod, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love the fact that you get a leatherback turtle vibe from this. It just looks like one of those big turtles. I mean, Archelon is a big turtle, but it reminds me of the leatherback turtles that we have today, which are really cool creatures as well. This is an incredible model. It's absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, I love the details of it. I love the vibe that it brings, and it's really, really nice. I do want to say there are 10 tasks left with this one on the Trello board. 30 tasks out of the 40 tasks have been completed. With what is remaining, you have the skinning, coding, and animating phase that this is currently in, but the tasks remaining, you've got skins, icons, and you've got all of the sounds to do. And it's likely all of the sounds will probably be done at the same time. They'll probably just package them all and then announce it all as being complete when all those sounds are complete. But that being said, Archelon is coming and it looks great. This will, come alongside Ochapekalon, which is currently in the game. I don't know if it's currently accessible, but that is a turtle that's already in the game, and it's the first giant turtle, and it's not going to be the last because we also have another one to talk about in a bit. We get a glimpse in-game of the giant ant for the first time. This is something that I can't wait to see and actually play as. We get to see it in-game, showing off all the animations and the movement in engine. And I do want to say, this thing looks great. I think you get to see a little bit of the idle animation at the start, the way it's twitching and stuff like that. This thing is really nicely put together, and in-game, it looks pretty good. I got to say, size-wise, you're looking at something that could be around the same size as Latin of Venatrix, or a little bit bigger here. And in terms of its animations, I do feel there was some slight stiffness with some of the animations, especially when it's walking. But I think this is just like, you know, it's a work in progress preview. You're obviously not going to see the final form just yet because it still has a long way to go. On the Trello board, it has 30 tasks out of 43 complete, and it's still in development. So maybe, you know, there's still a little bit of polishing left to go. But I gotta say, in terms of the Trello board, we haven't actually seen any major updates with it. However, I mean, I'm a big fan of it, and I cannot wait to see this properly. I can't wait to play as it, can't wait to do a showcase of it. And if you guys are excited for the giant ant and want to see a showcase of it when it's released, feel free to be subscribed to the channel, because you know I'll be covering it. And speaking of another giant bug that I will be showcasing when it releases, we finally get to see the remodel of the giant spider. So far, this is the untextured model, so there is no detail on it just yet, but we do have the raw model. And I gotta say, it looks pretty good so far. It looks vastly different to how the previous spider looked, but I mean, it works. If it sits, you know, if it fits, it sits kind of thing, it works. I don't want to say my big judgments on it just yet because we don't see the final model, and I think the old spider, we got to see the final model straight away and it looked great. At the moment, I do want to say I do slightly prefer the old one, but as I said, this is untextured. We don't actually see the final version, so I'm going to reserve saying my other judgments for this at the moment because I want to see that final model first. However, I'm very excited that this has finally got its reworked model. We'll finally see some progress on it. In terms of the Trello board, it's not that, I mean, if I can find it, it's still got one task done on its Trello board, and that is quite literally the low poly model. So yeah, we have a long way to go with this one still. We finally have a model showcase of the Titanus Constructus Stupendemys. This is a giant turtle being made by Layla as part of the Titanus Constructus mod group, the same group that made the City Patty and Ampelosaurus. The original concept art showcased this having a rather flat shell with forward-facing spikes, and that came out of the shell. They're not really spikes, but they're shell I don't really know what I'm trying to say there, but you can get the idea. Anyways, the work in progress model lives up to this really well, and currently it doesn't have any major details on it just yet, but you can see where it's going with it. It lives up to that concept art. Still, you know, it needs detail on the shell and everything like that, but I can't wait to see it. And as I said, we were getting multiple turtles in this video, and we got multiple bugs in this video as well. It's been a very interesting mod news video today for Path of Titans, because we have one dinosaur in a dinosaur game, and that dinosaur itself is really dubious as well, which makes it even more interesting. Oh, mods, we love them. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts about this stuff in the comments down below. I'm a big fan of the Archelon. I can't wait to see that in the game, and I'm a big fan of seeing the ant in the game as well. Big news there. The bugs are finally coming, and I bet you guys are terrified. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out another video, I recommend this one, where I showcase the Pentaceratops mod that is upcoming for the game. I'd love to know what you think. Anyways, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Peace.